AWS OnAir. I'm Jasmine Kyles. I'm a manager of product management here at AWS, and I am joined by Aaron Hunter and Andy Powell. Today we're going to get a little sassy, and we'll figure out what that sassiness means here in this section here. We're all about jokes and fun, Andy, so we had to throw that in there. But we're going to talk about SaaS being software as a service. And so, Andy, introduce yourself and tell us who you are.
Sure. So I'm Andy Powell. I'm a manager within a team we have at AWS called the SaaS Factory. Our program has been around since 2017, and we've helped numerous partners on their journey to transformation of their business into SaaS. We work primarily across those ISVs that are looking to evolve their business. And so that evolution is where we can help them accelerate their business.
Okay. And what is the SaaS Factory?
So the SaaS Factory is an APO program that is really designed to help partners that are looking to, like I said, evolve their business and move on to the next phase. Move on from maybe like a traditional on-premises ISV into a SaaS offering, because we're seeing this shift now where more and more organizations are comfortable buying SaaS, and they're looking to change the paradigm of how they buy, how their customers consume their offerings, and then really look to accelerate their business and deliver more value for their customers.
You mentioned APO, like obviously not for me because I know what it stands for, but everyone else out there watching, what is APO?
Yeah, so
I actually don't know.
Yeah, so APO is the Amazon Partner Organization.
Okay.
This is where our partners that have chosen to partner with AWS have access to resources such as our team, as well as some other programs that help them along their journey throughout their businesses. Co-sell, co-marketing, et cetera.
Sounds pretty powerful. Is it available only for partners?
Yeah, so our program is available specifically for partners. We see it as a strategic investment that we're making in our partners. We don't charge our partners for access to our team. We want to help them accelerate their business.
They can get sassy fasty.
Exactly.
Okay.
It helps them kind of with that prescriptive.
Use that.
Get sassy fasty with that prescriptive guidance, right?
Yes.
So like you said, they can go get signed up for the AWS Partner Network or the APN, and then once they're in there, that's one of the options that they have to engage as an ISV if they want to start selling, to their customers as SaaS.
Correct.
Okay. Awesome. And so what is it that we're kind of introducing today? You have something fun here called what?
Yeah, so today we are introducing the SaaS Builder Learning Experience. And this came out of the learnings from these engagements that we've done with our partners and customers that are looking to make that transformation. We've identified, okay, here are the things that become the foundational building blocks of SaaS. And so how do we create a mechanism to get those out to a broader audience without having to directly engage with every single partner that wants to do this? So it's a way to democratize and expand access to best practices that our team has developed over the last 7 years. So it's a guided training experience that anybody currently that's a partner that can consume, and we'll soon start rolling out to a broader audience where anybody that's building SaaS can consume it.
Okay, awesome. So what do you have to show us?
Sure. So what I want to show you today is our first module that we have available, the SaaS Technical Fundamentals.
Okay.
Like I said, there are those building blocks to SaaS that every organization needs on a technical side. And so what this is designed to do is to take you through those building blocks and really upskill and be able to start that journey and deal with that transformation from a technical perspective. So when you first come in, you have the introduction and just walks you through
Welcome
it.
to our deep dive into building software
I was
as a
expecting to
service
see
on
you here.
AWS.
Not gonna lie.
I'm Jared.
I'm a little disappointed, Andy.
I know. It's, I'm not quite Jared, but
Okay, Jared's doing a great job. So what is Jared saying here?
So he's laying down
And we'll tackle how
fundamentals
to use
and kind of
analytics to
defining
inform
what
your
is
development
SaaS.
strategies
Onboarding,
and enhance
identity,
operational
the whole
efficiency.
process. Okay.
Yep, all the building blocks there. So when we look at this, we talk about, here are the foundational, building blocks. Here's what you're going to learn.
Okay.
And there are multiple topics within each of these that we can deep dive into and is on our roadmap for future courses in Learning Paths. But right now, we just want to establish that foundation. So
I see on here there's also a pre-assessment.
Yeah.
So that means people can kind of test their existing knowledge
Exactly.
and
So
help them to fill the gaps.
Exactly. So you can see kind of where you are on the journey already and what's the best starting point for you.
And perfect.
And so it's really making sure that you're creating that customized, tailored experience for yourself.
Yeah, and I'm on the training and certification team, so I kind of know how these platforms work. And in my experience, the pre-assessment helps people to fill those gaps, identify where they are. And then I imagine what's happening here is if they get something incorrect, we'll point them to a specific module so they can go back and hone that skill.
Correct.
Okay.
Cool.
Correct. And so if you decide you want to take the pre-assessment, you can. If not, you can jump straight into it.
You should take the pre-assessment.
What are some of the things that are asked? Andy, I'm really curious about, as you're developing this, how did you figure out the things that needed to go in here?
So this comes from questions that have come from the partners that we've worked with. We are able to keep track of what are the topics that keep coming up as we're engaging with partners. And when we looked at that data, we were able to establish that, hey, these are the foundational topics that are always coming up. So let's make that easy to consume. Let's democratize it and get it out there so that anybody that wants to learn can.
Okay.
And I imagine, because you said that you've developed this by listening to your partners or your customers, the APO, and you probably have some kind of a feedback loop where they can iterate over this training and have more than just the foundation, but also start to have the building blocks on top of it. Like you mentioned, you're going to start creating more of an in-depth training for the different modules.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so right now, this particular module focuses on the technical side, but we see SaaS as a fundamental business transformation.
Perfect.
And so what we're also developing is not just technical fundamentals, but business fundamentals. So things like pricing and packaging, go-to-market for SaaS. What does product-led growth look like for an organization? We're able to bring all of that together and speak to not just the technical audience, the developers, architects, but product managers, product owners, and really help to educate the entire organization. Yeah. Because the trap we see a lot of times is organizations come at this as, okay, this is just another version of software we're building.
Okay.
But it's not.
Yeah.
It's the future of your business. And so we want to help them understand that and set themselves up for success 5, 10, 15 years down the road.
And it makes total sense. Like I have the SaaS factory program website pulled up right here, and I'm looking at it. So hopefully we can get a link in the chat somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah,
chat moderators.
they're in there. We have our SaaS team in there, and they're going.
And when I see here, it's really cool. Like, look at this, Jasmine. Boost your SaaS knowledge and engage with SaaS experts. How do they engage with SaaS experts through the factory program?
So talking to your account team, they can be nominated into our program.
Okay.
And so once an organization is nominated into the program, we can see where they are on their journey and what are the best resources that are going to serve them. Is it going to be directly engaging with some of our business architects and solutions architects? Is it going to be straight to a learning experience like this? Right. Is it going to be pointing them to some artifacts that we have out there? We have reference architectures on GitHub. And code samples on GitHub that are out there that their teams can go consume right now. We have reInvent presentations that are out there for them to consume. So, we want to point them to the resources and help them get started as fast as they can.
As fast as they can SaaS. And I see Robert Tables.
You are on a roll.
I am on a roll. You know what? Robert Tables is also on a roll. We're looking at the chat. It is live. We are live here at the LA Summit. But Robert Table says APN has so much good stuff available, it's worth joining. So thank you, Robert.
We love to see that. Andy, what else do you have for us? What else is, here in the course you're previewing that there's, the technical side of the house, but there's other courses as well.
Yeah, so coming soon is, like I said, going to be our technical fundamentals. And we've actually enlisted much of the SaaS technical field organization across all of AWS to really help us identify those deeper dives into the fundamentals and really build out that content.
Yeah.
So we started with feedback from just partners, and now we're expanding that to the feedback that we're getting from the entire customer base across AWS.
Okay.
And so we see organizations transforming to SaaS that you wouldn't necessarily think are SaaS, the traditional enterprises that are moving that way, greenfield startups.
Yeah.
SaaS is not limited to a certain specific type of customer. So SaaS for all.
SaaS for all.
Is that where
I
we're
like that.
going this year, SaaS for all?
I think so. Yeah.
I like it.
Would we call that SFA? SaaS for all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of like MFA, but a little more, a little more
A little more
spread out.
sassy.
Yeah. How is SaaS working with generative AI?
So that's a really good question.
You had to put that one in there, didn't you?
Always.
Yeah.
So we look at it from two different aspects. How does generative AI help our customers operate their business? So things like customer success, customer service, proactive support content, automated chatbots for support, things like that. And then we really sit and talk with our partners who want to build Gen AI into their applications and figure out, okay, what's the use case? What are you trying to do? It's not just Gen AI for the sake of Gen AI. It's Gen AI for the sake of solving their business problem. And we want to make sure that they hone in and focus on that so that they're getting the most out of the technology.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's interesting with the SaaS Factory program. You're also making sure that there is a sellability with it to an extent, right?
Mm-hmm.
What does that look like?
So one of the things that we help with is help our partners develop their go-to-market motions for SaaS. That can be through the marketplace. That could be through maybe they have existing channels. A lot of times it's existing sales organizations they have internally, helping them to really develop that motion and generate their way to start getting their offering out there into the hands of their customers. And a lot of times we see the AWS marketplace as one of the go-to options and that helps to accelerate that procurement process.
Yeah.
And you just had a conversation earlier today with the marketplace team.
We did, yeah. And so it kind of helps bring it all together, right? Like this is one of the specific areas where our partners are coming to us and saying, hey, I'm an ISV, I need to get on SaaS. What do I do next? Help me with that build, market, sell story. But then further, as they're developing those go-to-market motions and they're selling, we say, hey, here, now you can go sell on the marketplace. And that's where it all kind of gets put together.
Exactly. And I think that's the power of the Amazon Partner Organization is it's not just one program or another. It's bringing it all together and helping our partners on that complete journey to being successful.
Yeah, it is that journey from enrolled all the way over to what we call specialized, right? And so as we'll hear next, from our next segment, we're going to talk about the Gen AI specialization. So that's one of the areas where, we're helping them on that journey. But SaaS Factory is one of those things that can help be that building block in there.
Correct.
Where you get the support not only from, you have the training here in AWS Skill Builder, but then you have the expertise as well.
Yeah, and I think it's really important to note that 97% of our partners that have used the training really believe that this gives them a competitive advantage in the next 3 to 5 years. So I think the value of training and learning just can't be undersold.
Yeah.
So it is available through Skill Builder.
Okay.
That's how you're going to consume this, and you can log in, start using it today.
And you mentioned AWS specialized partners, and I see a comment in the chat saying, "Yay, AWS specialized partners!" So, we are watching. It is live.
Yeah. Awesome.
Nice.
Andy, where do you want people to go to get started?
So, the place I would say to go get started is aws.amazon.com/SaaS. That is your starting point for all things SaaS on AWS. That's our learning experience, our content, how do you engage with our program. That's the place to go. That's the go-to spot for building SaaS on AWS.
Yeah, awesome.
I got a 404 because I typed sassy. Oops.
Oh.
Yep. Hold on.
Yep.
Aaron, you're trying to make that
There it goes.
stick.
Found it.
We need to talk to the web
Found it.
team.
It's right there.
Software as a service. Awesome. Well, I think that is all we have today. You have anything else for us, Andy?
No, just I think let's think about how do we transform the industry, transform our businesses, and evolve. Education and acceleration is really going to be the key to that. So
Yeah.
go to the SaaS on AWS page, start learning, and start your journey.
Awesome. Well,
Awesome.
thank you. All right, we will be back with more.